Good morning, class. Okay, let us all stand and put ourselves in the presence of the Lord as we pray. Angel of God, my guardian there, to whom His love commits me here, every day be at my side, to right and guide, to roll and guard. Amen. How are you, class? Very good. Before you sit down, kindly arrange your chairs properly and pick up some pieces of papers under your chairs. Understood? Very good. Are all present today? Wow, it's good to hear that all of you are present for today's class. Now, who among you here can still remember our first lesson? Very good. Our first lesson, it's all about verbal communication. Is there any question or clarification regarding our previous lesson, class? Very good. Before we go through, let us have first an activity. I will divide you into two groups. Let us count up 1 to 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. I have here some words for you to guess. All you need to do is to interpret the words. On each group, there should be one representative to interpret the words. The first group who can guess at least 5 words in just 2 minutes will be declared as a winner. But before that, let me introduce first our incentive charts. Group 1 and Group 2. These incentive charts will serve as your group scoreboard. The more you participate, the more you can get score. Understand, class? Our activity has connection for our lesson for today's class. Can you now guess what would be our topic for today's class? Anyone? Very good. Our topic for today, it's all about non-verbal communication. But before we go through, let us now first our objectives. What would be our goal for today's class? At the end of the lesson, the student can identify the types of nonverbal communication, value the importance of nonverbal communication in a real-life situation, and perform a short play by applying nonverbal communication strategies. Can we apply this objective, class? Very good. Before we go through, I have here a number that everyone can participate our lesson. So, I have here a box with words, and I will pick one number. That person can answer my question. Is that clear? Okay. So, what is nonverbal communication? Very good. Nonverbal communication between two people communicating without speaking. This includes gesture, facial expression. What would be the example of nonverbal communication? The example of nonverbal communication, which is waving. That person, he can't hear your voice, so all we need to do is to wave your hands. Another example of nonverbal communication is facial expression. Good job. Now, let us know first what are the types of nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication is a communication between people through nonverbal or visual. This includes gestures, facial expression, body movement, timing, touch, and anything else that communication without speaking. So, the types of nonverbal communication first is facial expression. Able to convey countless emotions without saying a word, facial expression is the universal expression. Facial expression, that means when you are happy. Hi, Anna. Without speaking facial expression. Happy, sad, anger, and surprise, fear. This is example of facial expression and body movement and posture. The way a person moves and carries himself themselves communicates a wealth of information in the world. Example of body movement is the stance, the movements, and the postures. And third is gestures. Are woven into the fabric of our daily lives. Using our hands, we can communicate to other. So, without speaking or listening, we can communicate using hands through wavings and pointing. Eye contacts. Eyes can communicate many things, including interest, affection, or attraction. Eyes can communicate using including interest. It's a part of types of nonverbal communication. And touch. We communicate a great deal through touch. Yeah, we can communicate through touch. And now space. When you feel uncomfortable, we can use physical space to communicate. The example of space is affection and irritation. This time, I want to see if you have a talent in acting. We will have a short play. But before that, we will have rubrics for you to guide it. Relevance, 20%. Performance, 15%. Organization, 10%. Ideas, 5%. The total of 50%. I will give you 3 minutes for you to prove. Understand? Very good. Are you done? Okay, time start now. These are the scenario that you will do. Scenario 1. Your best friend is a COVID positive. She is in an isolated room and there is a big glass as a shield or boundary, so that her loved ones will stay, see her, and visit her. She is down and hopeless because of that sickness. How are you going to show your concern and love to your loving best friend? By applying those nonverbal communication to communicate here. And now, scenario 2. Do you know the movie A Quiet Place? In this scenario, you need to keep silence because there are some monsters that will kill to those people who are making noise. So this time, you will pretend that you are in this movie. And the challenge is, how will you communicate to your member is a silent way. Understand, class? Very good. This time, let us know if you really understand our lessons for today's class. How important is nonverbal communication in our daily lives? Yes, very good. Nonverbal communication is very important in our daily lives. We can use that without speaking. You can communicate to each other without speaking through gestures, postures, and facial expression. It is a great deal, big help among that person can able to speak. Why should we need to learn nonverbal communication? Yes, we need to learn nonverbal communication because it's contribute a great help among individual person that can able to can speak using sign language. You give me a situation where the non-verbal communication are being applied. So, when you are happy, it will draw your face that you are happy even without speaking or listening. In what situation can we apply non-verbal communication? Very good. And now, what are the type of non-verbal communication? Anyone? Okay, very good. The types of nonverbal communication is facial expression, gestures, touch, and speech, and waving, and etc. Now, we will have an individual activity that everyone can participate our lesson. Get one half crosswise and answer this following question. Direction. Circle the correct answer. I will give you 5 minutes to answer. Are you done, class? Very good. Now let us So, which of the following qualifies as a gesture? A. A sad expression. B. Goodbye. C. Hi there. D. Wave. So, which of the following qualifies as a gesture? Yes, it is wave. This is when you are waving that person that distant from you. This type of nonverbal communication that can be countless emotion without saying. So can be countless emotion, as we all know, emotion. So the correct answer is facial expression. Sign of facial expression. This is a type of nonverbal communication that communicates a deal through warm hug. So A. Gesture. B. Facial expression. C. Space. D. Touch. So, as we all know, warm hug is the correct answer is touch. Then, which of the following is not an example of eye contact? A. Affection. B. Attraction. C. Interest. D. Irritation. So, the correct answer is D. The irritation. The way a person moves and carries herself to communicate a kind of information in the world. What the type of emotion of nonverbal communication? A. The body movement. B. Gesture. C. Facial expression. D. Space. So, as we all know, that communicate her of himself. So, that is our body movements. We can communicate our himself through our movements. And then, 6 is, when you feel uncomfortable, we can use physical to communicate. What the type of nonverbal use? A. Gesture. B. Facial expression. C. Space. So the correct answer is space. This nonverbal communication is woven into the fabric of our daily life using our hands to communicate either. It is gesture, B. Facial, C. is and touch. So we can use our daily life. So that is a gesture. And 9. These are the example of facial expression except 1. A. Anger. B. Fear. A. Irritation. So the example of facial expression is literally irritation. Then we can communicate even without seeing a single hand. What type of command? It is a facial expression. B. Gesture. Or C. Nonverbal command. D. Verbal command. So we can communicate without speaking through sign language. That is nonverbal communication. Thank you for your cooperation, class. That would be all for today's class. You may dismiss.